Seth freaking Rollins, and this is BrettO Live on YouTube.
What is going on, guys? BrettO Live back with another video, and today we have the Week in Review episode 44 setup video. Before we even get into this video, make sure to go follow my Instagram. How to spell it is on the screen right now. But yes, guys, as I said, episode 44, this is absolutely insane. Yeah, Raw was decent. I mean, some of the matches were pretty good. Some of the outcomes were a little weak, in my opinion. But yes, Raw was pretty good. Without further ado, and one more thing. If you guys have never heard of the Week in Review setup, I set up a bunch of different figures in Raw and Smackdown style based on what happened that week. And I talk about it, say what I thought about it. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Moving over here, it was Cedric Alexander versus Angel Garza, which I guess is Selena Vega's new client partner or whatever. So it's not Andrade anymore, I guess. So it's Angel Garza, and Angel Garza absolutely dominated Cedric Alexander in the ring. He brought him to the outside, and then he friggin' smashed his head into the mat, just like they've been doing. This seems like a big trend in this rivalry. They just keep on doing this. I don't know why Cedric Alexander was going up against him, but yeah, maybe it was the only jobber that they had at the time. But yeah, he DDT'd him on the thing, he beat him, and then yeah, so that wasn't my favorite part of the show right there. Moving over here was Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, the Viking Raiders versus AOP, the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins, and Buddy Murphy. This match was amazing. I enjoyed this match so much. It was an 8-man tag team match. So cool. Full of action. Kevin Owens jumped off the top rope on top of the Viking Raiders and AOP. I just didn't have the Viking Raiders to set up. But yes, meanwhile, in the ring, Seth Rollins, somebody had I think Buddy Murphy had the referee distracted. Seth Rollins, who isn't the legal man in the match, hits a curb stomp on Samoa Joe, the legal man. Buddy Murphy crawls in, gets the cover, 1, 2, 3. I mean, I thought the match was amazing. It's just the ending. Seth Rollins cheating. Obviously, he's a heel now, so that's the thing that he's going to be doing. But yeah. Seth Rollins cheating for I think this is the third time in a row. Just Kevin Owens and his team can just not get the best. He cannot get the best of the AOP and the Monday Night Messiah sometimes. It's just crazy. I mean, all the time. It's crazy. But yes, the match was still pretty cool. But yeah, Seth Rollins and his team did come out the victors. Moving over here, it was Mojo Rawley and Riddick Moss versus the Street Profits in a tag team match. Really quick match. Street Profits absolutely dominated them. And then after the match, they still had the cameras on Riddick Moss and Mojo Rawley. I'm like, wait, something's about to happen here. It's either Mojo turns on him or one tries to pin one for the 24/7 title. Riddick Moss rolls up Mojo Rawley, his supposed friend or lineman or whatever. He pins him 1, 2, 3, and he becomes the 24/7 champion. Couldn't really care less, if I'm being completely honest. The Street Profits were way more entertaining than this moment, but yeah, it was all right, I guess. Riddick Moss, new 24/7 champion, if anybody cares. Moving over here, it was Becky Lynch versus Asuka in a one-on-one match for the Raw Women's Championship. It was a pretty good match. If I'm being completely honest, this was the first match of the night. Pretty good match. I enjoyed it. Becky Lynch did come out on top. I think she kind of hit a spine buster, if I'm being honest. I think she did. I think she hit a spine buster on Asuka and then 1, 2, 3. But then after the match, they're setting up for WrestleMania, baby. Shayna Baszler runs into the ring and she bites the neck of Becky Lynch. Obviously, she didn't really bite the neck of Becky Lynch, but that's the storyline here. She bites the neck of Becky Lynch. She starts bleeding, and oh god, it was just, I don't know. This was so stupid in my opinion because it's clearly so, I don't know, clearly so fake, honestly. But yeah, Becky Lynch gets the neck. Her neck bit. I'm sorry, I can't even speak. This is just so crazy. And then after this, the medical team says she has to go to the hospital, and then she drives herself in the ambulance. It's just so stupid. And she returns to the arena, and then it was big confusion to me. But yeah, Shayna Baszler versus Becky Lynch is going to be happening at WrestleMania, probably. Hopefully not the Super Showdown, so they saved some matches for WrestleMania. But yeah, that was interesting. Moving over here, it was Randy Orton, not with Edge. No Edge yet. We have not seen Edge in 2 weeks now. But yes, Matt Hardy comes out. Of course, some history with Edge Matt Hardy has had. He's just talking some sense into Randy. He's like, Edge is one of my best friends. Why would you do this? We need an answer. Yeah, I don't know why Matt Hardy would want an answer. But yes, Matt Hardy come out here. He had a pretty good promo with Randy Orton. I thought it was Jeff Hardy at first because the crowd went crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh, is that Jeff Hardy? But no, it was Matt Hardy. And then, yeah, Randy Orton, he tried to hit an RKO the first time, missed it, but he ended up hitting the RKO somehow, and then, yeah, He just beat him with a chair, just like he did to Edge. I thought it was pretty cool, I guess. I mean, Matt Hardy, I mean, it's all right. I just want to see Edge, man. I just want to see Edge. Moving over here, it was Drew McIntyre on the VIP lounge. Of course, MVP, the host of that. Sort of like a Miz TV, just MVP style. He brings out Drew McIntyre. He's like, Drew McIntyre, you need a Paul Heyman. You need me. You need an advocate. Drew McIntyre's like, I don't need anybody talking for me. I don't need anybody with, like, the brains or something like that. And I'm like, dang, Drew McIntyre, that's a good way to make a promo. And then after this, MVP starts getting in the face of McIntyre. McIntyre's had enough. Claymore kick over the freaking couch to MVP. Thought it was amazing. Favorite part of the show right there. Thought it was awesome. Moving over here, it was Ricochet versus Bobby Lashley. In a pretty good match, Bobby Lashley threatened Ricochet's like, you're not going to make it to Super Showdown to face Brock Lesnar. I'm going to destroy you tonight. But that wasn't the case. Ricochet hit a 630 on top of Bobby Lashley, and he was able to pick up the victory 1, 2, 3. Thought it was a really good match as well. Oh, yeah, and Ricochet winning was pretty cool. Moving over here, it was Sarah Logan versus Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley absolutely dominated Sarah Logan. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley wins. Charlotte's up on the ramp. She's like, I want an answer. Are you gonna face me at WrestleMania? Of course, we know Charlotte. They're gonna drag this rivalry, and she doesn't tell us who she's gonna face. I honestly couldn't care less, to be honest. But yes, guys, that was the Raw part of the video. Now we are going to get into the SmackDown part.
Moving into the SmackDown part of this week in review setup, starting over here, it was Hulk Hogan and Bray Wyatt. They were both live via satellite. Of course, Hulk Hogan basically just saying that Bray Wyatt should be afraid of Goldberg. He said to Bray Wyatt that it's not going to be a walk in the park for you. Of course, these two weren't face-to-face. It was all like over a computer, all via satellite. Pretty cool, though, and Bray Wyatt's like, Hulk Hogan. And then he holds up a picture of him, of course, like Bray Wyatt has a bunch of pictures of different people, of different victims that The Fiend has grabbed in the past up on his wall. He holds up a picture, and he's like, there's always room for another picture on the wall. And then Hulk Hogan's like, I'm out of here. But yes, basically, Hulk's like, you should be afraid of the Goldberg, Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt's basically just like, I have a Fiend, I'm not afraid of him. But yeah, pretty cool right there. Moving over here, it was Mandy Rose and Otis. Of course, they've been building up the date for weeks now, and everybody's like, dude, what is going to happen at this date? And I was wondering, too. Pretty cool how this went down. All right, guys, get this. Mandy Rose was waiting at the restaurant. Otis was about like 20-25 minutes late, if I'm being completely honest. And then here comes some hand on the shoulder of Mandy Rose, and then she's like, oh, Otis, finally you showed up. And then it's Dolph Ziggler. And then Otis finally shows up. He walks in the restaurant, and he sees from a distance Dolph Ziggler and Mandy Rose sitting down, eating. And then he drops his flowers and walks right out, heartbroken. But yes, Dolph Ziggler interjected himself into this rivalry, just like he did in the past by destroying the cake. Of course, that Otis was going to give it to Mandy. But yeah, I really like how they're dragging this rivalry. I think it's really cool, man. I love this, man. Moving over here, the main event of the show, it was Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns versus John Morrison and The Miz. Not the best main event of all time, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, it was pretty decent. Of course, Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan ended up picking up the victory in the end. Of course, Roman Reigns hitting a spear on The Miz to pick up the victory. And then right after this, of course, King Corbin was on ringside. Well, he wasn't really on ringside. He was more part of the WWE universe because he had a ticket because he was barred from ringside. He was barred from the show. Because, of course, what he did to that fan by pouring the water on him. But, yes, he bought a ticket. And then right after Roman Reigns beat The Miz, here comes Corbin, nails him with the scepter, and runs right away. Kind of repetitive, if I'm being completely honest, with this Baron Corbin and Roman Reigns rivalry. Getting a little old, if I'm being completely honest, but I am still looking forward to their steel cage match at the Super Showdown. Moving over here, I'm not sucking up to the women's division at all, but this match was pretty freaking good. Bayley versus Carmella for the SmackDown Women's Championship match. This match was so cool. It went on for a while. This match was good. Again, guys, not sucking up to the women's division anyway. This match was really freaking good. Bayley did cheat to win. She did get some leverage from the ropes by pinning Carmella. And right after, Bayley attacks Carmella after she wins. Like, what? Bayley, you just won. Why would you attack your opponent after you won? But yes, Bayley did win. Takes out Carmella. Here comes Naomi. And then in the end, Naomi and Carmella team up to take out Bayley. And hopefully in the future, we can see Carmella versus Bayley versus Naomi in a triple threat match. I think that would be awesome. Hopefully in the future we can see that. But yes, that match was amazing. That moment was amazing. Moving over here with Cesaro and Sami Zayn. Not my favorite promo of the night. But yeah, Cesaro and Sami Zayn, they were coming out here basically bashing Elias the entire time. Elias comes out. He's basically turning the crowd against Cesaro and Sami Zayn, if you will. And then they end up taking out Elias. Here comes Braun Strowman to take out a bunch of different security, man. And he almost got his hands on Cesaro and Sami Zayn, but he wasn't able to. And then, yeah, Elias and Braun Strowman stood tall. Kind of repetitive from what I've been seeing over the past weeks between Cesaro and Strowman and all them and Shinsuke. But yeah, no Shinsuke that night. But yeah, still pretty good. Moving over here, it was Sheamus versus Shorty G and Apollo Crews in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Not my favorite match of the night. Again, I know I'm kind of hating on most of the stuff here, but yes, Sheamus versus Shorty G versus Apollo Crews 2-on-1 handicap match. Of course, Sheamus destroyed these two men. He hit a double broad kick, hit one on Chad Gable, and then he hit one on Apollo Crews. Pins Apollo Crews to win the match. Sheamus deserves more. He deserves to be in a title picture. He deserves to be just in a better rivalry, man. This was really weak. But yes, guys, it is always awesome to see Sheamus, but this was weak, man. But yes, guys, that was all of SmackDown. Dolph Ziggler fell. I'm going to have to pick him back up to make the thumbnail. But yes, guys, that has been SmackDown. Really hope you guys enjoyed this week in review setup. If you guys didn't know, my voice did change from the Raw to the SmackDown part. I am sick, man, which is crazy. Got sick from the Raw to SmackDown part of the same video. That's insane. But yes, guys, if I were to rate Raw this week, I would give Raw a solid 7 out of 10, and I would give SmackDown a solid 6 out of 10. But yes, guys, both shows were pretty decent this week. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Favorite part of SmackDown right here was Bayley versus Carmella. I thought that was amazing. But yes, guys, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. BrettO Live out.